I was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky. My first time living outside of Kentucky was when I went to college at Brown University. And at Brown, most of my classmates, when I told them I was from Kentucky, would always say, "Oh, like KFC." And over these past 4 years, now that I'm out of Brown, I've had a lot of time to think about what I would do if I'm CEO of KFC. And in this episode of Ideas, that's exactly what we're going to break down. Starting with idea number one, which is to launch KFC Kentucky Fresh Chicken. Grilled chicken, no seed oils, healthy bowls. Kentucky Fresh Chicken. I've had this idea forever. I think KFC needs a little offshoot to make sure that they're staying healthy in the gym crowd, because seed oils are not in right now. Chipotle has that like healthy gym community niche down, but in America, KFC is lacking a little bit. And if we get out some Kentucky Fresh Chicken, I think that could help win us in with that gym crowd at least. Idea number two is to allow unlimited biscuits in store. This is about the opposite of a Kentucky Fresh Chicken. But just like Starbucks now does unlimited fill-ups of their drip coffee in store for customers that are enjoying their beverage in store, we'll do the same. Because I think something that KFC needs to do is earn back a lot of our trust with customers, especially in the US, because we're dominant globally. Like, most of our profit and revenue is coming from outside of the US, but we need to keep winning share in the US. I think giving some like unlimited biscuits in store, which are pretty cheap to make, can help earn us back some of that trust and get more people spending time and talking about KFC. A lot of these ideas too are to help get us press. Like KFC, Kentucky Fresh Chicken, or unlimited biscuits in store. Those are things that can inherently go viral. Idea number three is to sell Kentucky barbecue chicken. And I promise I have some crazy ideas as we go later in the episode too. But the biggest barbecue chain in the US only has 400 locations. Americans love barbecue. That's what I feel like we're known for in the South. But there's no chain that's taken that nationwide that's gone so popular like fried chicken. And I think it's because no one's really done it that well. I think it's a good opportunity and a test that we should do for KFC. And if it doesn't work when we tested it 400 stores, then we can totally stop. But Americans love barbecue. And I think KFC, we can test Kentucky barbecue chicken, or at least a really good barbecue sauce, and see how that works. For context on the next set of ideas, there are over 30,000 KFC stores. And as CEO, I think we need to turn KFC into the second largest grocery store in the world. The first one is 7-Eleven with 80,000 locations. Just insane. Here's some of the things I think we can sell, making a little bit of a pivot to a little retail store. Number one, well, this is idea number four, is seasoning. KFC is famous for our herbs and spices. The chicken is just really a delivery mechanism for those spices. In reality, I don't want to eat chicken 24/7, especially fried chicken. It's not healthy. Grilled chicken, maybe with the 11 herbs and spices, but fried chicken is not healthy to eat all the time. Ground beef is really in right now. So maybe we could try ground beef with our seasoning. Not saying we need to sell ground beef, but if we sold our seasoning, then if my roommate was making his ground beef, he could put the KFC 11 herbs and spices in it. Sell seasoning nationwide at our stores. It's also so shelf stable and incredibly cheap to make. We should sell seasoning, sell our herbs and spices. Idea number five is to sell chicken jerky. Jerky is the most profitable item in a gas station. I think we should do that and make some profit. Beef jerky is super popular right now, but why not chicken jerky? Chicken jerky, it's not fried. It can have the same herbs and spices as we already use with our fried chicken. And it'll be a healthier alternative for people on the go. And if any of these ideas work well in KFC stores and people are really liking buying the seasoning, or they're really liking the chicken jerky if they're on the road, we can expand and say, okay, let's sell this chicken jerky in grocery stores too. But the fact that we have 30,000 stores across the world can just be a great platform to test all of these grocery store ideas on. Idea number 6 is to sell our sauces. Chick-fil-A sells their sauces in countless grocery stores. I actually don't know if they sell them in store or not. That's definitely an opportunity for them, but we should sell our sauces too. You will also tell that I don't know too much about KFC for someone who is from Kentucky, which may shock some of the audience. So, um, yeah, that's a disclaimer there. Idea number 7 is rotisserie chickens. Costco is famous for theirs, but I feel like we might be able to beat them on price, especially with our 11 herbs and spices. They might taste a little bit better too. Having rotisserie chickens can be a great way to get people in our store. And I feel like if we have 30,000 locations across the US, this is a number I'm gonna repeat a lot, but our scale can just be insane. We can get such cheap rotisserie chicken for our customers, and that can even be a mini loss leader. Idea number 8 is to make and sell bone broth. I was looking into how KFC makes a lot of their chicken, and I think a lot of the parts of the chicken that they don't use, we'd have to, like, make a deal with Tyson on this one because we're not really, like, disposing of it or, like, not using it. We're kinda, like, letting Tyson take care of that, so we'd probably need to work with Tyson to make bone broth, but scaling our 11 herbs and spices into a bone broth, that would be good. Just like a kettle and fire bone broth, but KFC version. Could also do bouillon or however you pronounce that word. Those were all the ideas I had turning KFC into a mini retail grocery store. Hopefully any of those blow up and then we can scale across. The next ideas is to bring a lot of the stuff that we're doing super well abroad, but into the US because we're not doing well on our home turf right now. Idea number 9 is to sell turkeys over Thanksgiving. In Japan, this is probably one of the crazier stats I read. KFC generates 1/3 of annual revenue during the 3-day Christmas period, with 3.6 million families ordering fried chicken. KFC is a Thanksgiving tradition in Japan. We need to make it a Thanksgiving tradition in the US. We should position KFC as the Thanksgiving solution for families that don't want to cook turkey. Just like families order from a lot of restaurants for Thanksgiving, you should order from KFC. We can serve turkeys for a limited time, or we can even serve our famous rotisserie chickens. I wonder, I didn't think of this before, but I wonder if chickens that can be the size of turkeys exist or not, or if like rotisserie chickens are as big as chickens get. I feel like there has to be like 20-pound chickens that we could buy and almost make like turkey size chickens for Thanksgiving. That could be cool because most of our sides already work well for Thanksgiving. Our mashed potatoes, our wedges. Maybe KFC sells fries right now. I'm not totally sure. Idea number 9 is to sell turkeys and maybe really big, like 20-pound chickens, if those exist, over Thanksgiving, just like it does really well in Japan. Idea number 10 is to sell breakfast pastries like we do in Asia. In China, breakfast is KFC's most popular part or meal rather. They serve congee, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, which is rice pudding, soy milk, fried dough, and egg tarts. In the US, I think, well, one, we should test breakfast. Maybe not testing all of these options. I'm not sure the American palate would like it as much. But some of the stuff we can still serve for breakfast. Like chicken and waffles is such a popular, maybe not breakfast, but definitely a brunch. I think some people would definitely want to eat it. So, we should definitely try experimenting with the morning rush. The one thing that I think we could take from international, because I do think some foods internationally people will like a lot in the US, even if they're not like American based, just because of like the novelty of it. If there was a KFC store that just looked like the KFC in China or in Japan, that would be cool for some people in New York because they could get an experience that is pretty different. The one thing I think we should bring over though that might be a good test are these Portuguese egg tarts. They looked really good, and from seeing online, it looks like they sell a lot, especially in like Taiwan, where I guess the egg tart accounts for 15%, 15% of KFC's total revenue, which is a lot. And these like egg tarts, it's really just flour, sugar, eggs, and milk. So extremely cheap to make, high margin, very popular. I would love to try one, and I think KFC should bring those to the States. Idea number 10 is to A, sell breakfast, and B, bring more foods over that they sell a lot in Asia and do really well in the States. Because I'm sure if a bunch of people like them in Asia, they will probably like them in the US too. Idea number 11 is to test out K coffee stores. For context, KFC in Asia has K coffee location, which is just like KFC coffee. Sometimes it's its own standalone location. Sometimes it's a coffee kiosk within the KFC store. And one of the reasons it works so well is because you have a coffee shop inside a store that like KFC traditionally does better at lunch and dinner, especially in the US, but you're just getting free real estate, essentially, like no real estate cost for just a coffee shop. So you can charge a lot less because you're not relying on it to pay rent. So your costs are a lot lower and you can price it pretty aggressively low, which is what they've done. And it monetizes the early hours of the store. So I think we should try out more K coffee in the US. I don't know how popular McDonald's coffee is, but I feel like we could give it a run for its money. Some K coffee with some of these egg tarts, maybe a chicken and waffles could be a good breakfast. Idea number 12 is to make a song. We have 31,000 stores. It's insane. If we were to play, like, make a playlist of like the best songs to eat chicken to and have it playing in all those stores, maybe having it being the first music you hear when you walk in the drive-thru, we'd have a huge built-in listener base. And we get quick feedback on what the best songs are to eat chicken to. The scale of just having 31,000 of anything that people are visiting every day is insane. If 100 people visit, that's over 3 million customers a day, and definitely more than 100 people visit each store. So very impressed with what KFC has done so far. I do have to say that. Like, does make me proud to be from Kentucky. But of course, anything can always improve. Idea number 13 is to partner with Texas Roadhouse and serve our fried chicken there. There have been a lot of menu collabs, like Nerds has some drinks on the Sonic menu. Taco Bell has like Doritos Locos Tacos. Pizza Hut and Cinnabon do dessert collabs. Dairy Queen's Blizzards have Oreo, Reese's Pieces. I mean, every candy under the sun. Most restaurants serve Coke or Pepsi. Like, they're not making their own soda. The idea here is that we have a Texas Roadhouse, maybe in Outback, some nationwide chain like that, Seasons 22, and serve our fried chicken there. Do some deal with them to get the economics right, but also teach them how to make Kentucky Fried Chicken with the 11 herbs and spices. Maybe we're just dropping it off and all they're doing is putting it in the fryer, but having some sort of cool collab, I think would benefit both of us a lot. We can get some of our fans eating at Texas Roadhouse locations, and we also get better distribution and brand awareness for KFC. I'm shocked more brands than do a lot of those menu collabs. I think it really just lifts all ships and people like trying new things, especially in America. I feel like that's why so many people, like, necessarily don't even always want a second home. They just wanna try new places every single time, so something to think about is partnering with Idea number 13, partner with Texas Roadhouse and serve our fried chicken there. Those are the 13 ideas I had. If you have any more ideas, please DM me on LinkedIn. I would love to play this game with you. And to be clear, the views expressed are my own, not those of my employer. Stay questioning.